is the most important thing in order to inspire change in the UK?
That is a huge question.
So, Big Green Week. Fantastic cacophony of ideas, bringing lots of different ideas together for people to really be inspired and go out and do things.
Big Green Week is all about sharing of ideas, and it is about people coming together and that kind of magical thing that happens when people do communicate and kind of share enthusiasms and passions.
It's demonstration of a widespread public appetite for engaging in conversation about environmental issues and sustainability issues and why they're so important.
It's really, really important. We're dangerously short of culture. And culture is about people understanding the world they live in. And it's having a perspective on lots of things, and without that you don't know who you are and you're just tossed to the winds.
So I think that that power of community and that energy that people have when they're thinking freely is wonderful, free of constraints.
It's a wonderful thing to hear the conversations that they're going. Not only are you able to encourage people, but just sharing ideas and going home and talking about all the stuff that you did and talked about and you're going to change.
If something's going to change, I think what has to change is people's belief in their ability to actually enact and do things.
We've been able to showcase projects that are actually making a difference.
That's the thing which is kind of so great about this week, is that we've got people talking about how to kind of connect ideas with action. It's a great kind of feeling of like possibility.
It really acts as a focus for people, a focus for the community, so that people can get together, discuss these issues.
And just, exchange little tiny pieces of information. It's really fundamental, it's really necessary.
To get together at events like Big Green Week to give people information and empower them to make the right choices about sustainable living in the future.
It's what we call engaged optimism, rather than waiting for permission, rather than mumbling about why isn't anybody doing anything, we get on with it and we start to change the stories of the place around us.
We need to become optimistic, because so often environmentalists can be dismal, can be giving off a negative message, can be talking about how bad things are.
If you want to build a flotilla of ships, you don't sit around talking about carpentry. No, you need to set people's souls ablaze with visions of exploring distant shores.
Things that we've used and then we don't need them again, we can recycle them and they can be reused in something.
We need to have so much more fun changing the world. If we're not enjoying it more than everybody else, then why would anybody want to come and play?
Big Green Week is fantastic in getting people together to exchange ideas and see that actually none of us are alone. There's a great deal happening. There's a lot of people with a great deal of inspiration who are doing really wonderful things.
Change is possible if we work together. Anything is possible if we work together.
Big Green Week is a fabulous way to create momentum and critical mass.
It's not full of muesli weavers.
This is so inspiring because we're hearing voices for the earth standing up and speaking out.
It's not full of people in open-toed sandals.
You just learn so much, and it's not just the ideas that people have, but the enthusiasm and inspiration that they present them with.
It's actually full of real people doing very cool stuff because they've seen the future and they know it's happening now, not in 10 years' time.
You need to invest in the world, and you do that through culture, and this is really great that people come together and that it's organised for that purpose.
Actually, that shifts something quite dramatically within each and every single one of us.
Togetherness, possibility, hope.
There has to be more events like Big Green Week that are local, happening on the ground locally, but are global in their implications.
Bristol's an international city, and we've got to be ambitious because we've got some fantastic ideas in this city, and it's just making sure that we fulfil that promise that we can be a beacon to Europe and to the rest of the world. I'd love to see more people coming in from France, Spain and Italy and Germany and Scandinavia to Bristol.
We are living at a really exciting time in Britain right now with a transformational, Renaissance-like approach to things.
That's what we need to see, is get the momentum moving, get things building up, and then suddenly let them flourish. This is all about practical solutions to the issues that people are facing. Bristol is an amazing city in terms of the number of organisations, initiatives, people already doing stuff.
Bristol is fantastic and needs to do more of it, and is leading the way as far as I'm concerned.
I'd love to see the green movement come together to converge more than because it's tended to break apart
at different points in time, and I think there's a need to converge.
If Big Green Week's an example of what we can do if we put our minds to it, I think it's quite inspiring.
What we want Big Green Week to do is to bring a lot of that energy together to scale it up one more level.
It's clearly a thing that needs to grow. It's the first time it's ever happened in Bristol. Bristol is an ideal city, you know, has a lot of interest in it already. Already it's got a lot of different green policies coming on. So, I mean, I think it's really important that it happens again.
The more people that get involved, the quicker we'll get to where we need to go to. So, go with it.
You've got to be there or be square. Now get down.
Big Green Week!
Big Green Week!
Big Green Week! Big Green